What is up, Laker Nation? We are back again with another Bulletin Board Material Podcast. I am your host, Rey El Barbon, and here we are a day before the season opener for the Lakers. Tomorrow night, the Lakers will take the floor for the first time this season, and they're going to face off against the Portland Trailblazers. Really not much to say about this other than the fact that it's, the first game of the season. Everybody's finally going to get to see this team in action and see how it's going to look. So it should be fun. But besides that, there's not much to this. Portland's coming out here, and they're pretty much going to bring out the same squad that they brought out last year. It looks like they got Damian Lillard, McCollum, Harkless, and Aminu and Nurkic, and all those guys. So it's not going to really be too much of a match, in my opinion, with the Lakers tomorrow night. Yeah, they got some kinks and things that they got to work out still. But I think just as far as talent goes, I don't think the Trailblazers can hang with the Lakers at this point. Even though they were a playoff team last season, it doesn't. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter. The team that they're bringing back out here does not scare me at all. I mean, you're running out Lillard and McCollum and just a bunch of ragtag guys around them, maybe aside from Nurkic. But, yeah, tomorrow's game should be a fun game. Should be a lot of up and down action. Today we're going to go ahead and just make sure that as Lakers fans, upon this new season, we're going to go ahead and be present. We're going to be present to this season. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because surrounding the Lakers right now are nothing but stories that take you out of that present moment. Let's see what we got going on right now. Right now, we got the best player in the world, LeBron James. And we got a lot of exciting young guys around him, of course, right? Our team is not a bad team. I mean, don't fall into that narrative that the media's kicking right now as far as, we don't really have much of a chance. I know ESPN let out their power rankings, and I believe they had us at about 8. But I don't think we're going to be that bad. I definitely don't think we're going to be that bad. But let's stay in the present. It's really hard on Twitter. I know I see a lot of, Jimmy Butler's coming to the Lakers. And then what else? There was a story last week about Dame Lillard coming to the Lakers, and supposedly LeBron wants to play with him and whatnot. I mean, all that stuff's great. And I love Dame Lillard, and I love Kawhi, and I love Jimmy Butler and all these cats. I mean, I would take them in a heartbeat. But let's focus on what we got right now. Right now, we got a squad, and we got a chance to win a championship. It might not be the best chance, but it's a chance nonetheless, right? We played the Warriors the last 2 games of the preseason, and we were able to keep up with them a little bit. Yes, it was preseason. Yes, a lot of things can happen from here to the end, but you have to be pleased with what we saw this preseason. Yeah, not everybody was at their best, but it's a long season. We will get better. But let's stay present, guys. Let's stay present. Don't let ESPN pull you into that world of, the young guys are faltering and this isn't going to happen and LeBron's not going to be patient. It hasn't even been one game yet, guys. We have not played one official regular season game yet. So let's just take a breather. Let's take a breather, okay? Yeah, so pretty much my projected starters for tomorrow looks like we're going to have probably Lillard matching up with Lonzo, McCollum against Hart. I think those two right there are going to be the key matchups. LeBron's going to get his, but and Brandon Ingram will probably have a nice game, but it's really going to come down to Lonzo and Hart and their defense on Lillard and McCollum. And obviously it's not going to just be on them. It's going to really be down to team defense, but it's really going to be on those guys to make sure that they're on Lonzo, on Hart, on KCP, Rondo, all these cats. It's going to be on them to make sure that they're funneling these guys the right way. Because Lillard's going to get his, McCollum's going to get his, but the guys around them are really the ones that you want to limit to the max, I guess you could say. Lillard and McCollum are going to get what they want, but it's going to be really important for Lonzo, Hart, Rondo, all the guards and whatnot, to all our wing players, to make sure that we're funneling these cats and limiting their production. I mean, you're only going to be able to limit it to a certain degree. Lillard, you're going to have to limit Damian Lillard to, probably like 400 points this game. But as long as we come home with that W, that's that's really important. But yeah, it should be a fun game. Definitely not the sexiest game we could start the season with, but nonetheless, we're starting the season, so that's a positive. presently in the moment, yes, we have some young guys, of course, right? But you have to be pleased. You'd have to be actually pleasantly surprised at how hard these cats are working. I knew they were hard workers and whatnot, but I didn't think it was going to come together this quickly. If you didn't have a chance to see, Rondo had a couple of interesting quotes this week to the media. There was one where he was talking about the dedication that these young guys are showing, and I guess you could say the continuity that the team is building. And I'll go ahead and quote Rondo, but I love our young guys, our commitment, the way they study the game, their willingness to learn. I was telling Braun the other day, we were on the plane and I'd never seen damn near 12 guys watching film. As a team, I haven't seen that many guys combined in the last 4 or 5 seasons, I think. So it was very refreshing to see, understanding that this team is committed. That says a lot. I mean, coming from Rondo, I think at this point we could safely say that him and Braun are going to be the leaders of this crew. But yeah, I mean, that means a lot. That means a lot that for 12 guys to be sitting on a team plane watching film all together. I mean, I've seen footage of these guys on planes and whatnot, and I've seen some of the guys watching film and whatnot with the backstage Lakers and whatnot. But I mean, if Rondo's saying he hasn't seen that in a while, then it must be something that's not usual, I guess. So that's something good to take hold of, and that's why I'm saying we should stay in the present. Stay in the present. Right now, we got a team of guys that are ready to work, that are committed, that are showing that they're committed, and they want to have fun, and they're about the team. Right now, it looks like everybody's about the team. The one guy I was really kind of hesitant on this season was going to be Lance Stevenson, just because Lance. He likes to veer from the script a lot, so I was kind of worried about how the Hollywood life would treat him. But so far, I mean, he's been looking all right. Yeah, he's had his moments this preseason, but I'm pretty happy with him at this point. I do think that, and I've said this before, but the key to tomorrow's game is just going to be running. We're going to literally just have to run Portland off the court. And it shouldn't be too hard, honestly. Lillard's going to get his, like I said, McCollum's going to get his. But, I mean, as long as we keep doing what we've been doing the whole preseason and just applying pressure, pushing, playing team defense, letting our turnovers dictate our offense, we should be fine. We should definitely be okay. I don't foresee any issues tomorrow with Portland, but, that's why they play the game as well, right? There was another interesting quote from Rondo this week that I thought was pretty cool, especially being a Laker fan and not always wishing the best for the Celtics. Of course, there was a quote where they were talking to him about how he's liked the organization, his thoughts on the organization so far, how he's been treated and whatnot. But essentially, Rondo said, "You expect certain teams and certain franchises to be like this. Obviously, playing for Boston, that was probably the best experience I've had since." And now here, obviously, all the teams I've played for, they do have great organizations, but none touch this. That says a lot. And I'm wondering how much of this on Rondo's part is to stick it back to Danny Ainge and the Celtics a little bit. But I've been really happy, man. The guys have been working. They've been playing hard. They've been pushing. And they've been having fun. That's the one thing that I've noticed is that all these guys are having fun. If you haven't had a chance to see LeBron on the initial jump ball to start the game off, he's been doing the Rondo hike it move, you could say. I'm not sure how what you'd label that, but where he goes and takes the ball, spikes it down like he's a center on a football team, and then just hikes it back to Rondo, who's in a shotgun style formation. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game tomorrow, man. I'm really, really happy that season's underway. Got a chance to watch a little bit of the games yesterday. I thought it was really funny that the Warriors went ahead and displayed their rings or received their championship rings in front of the Thunder, or specifically Russell Westbrook, right? So Russell Westbrook sitting there watching Kevin Durant receive his second ring in the time that he's gone. So far, I thought that was an interesting little narrative that the NBA played, but I thought it was a little unusual that the Lakers did not play until the third day of the season. And I don't know how much of that is just because maybe, I don't know. I don't really know. part of me says, hey, man, they have enough to go off the first 2 days as far as keeping people entertained. And then LeBron obviously is going to pull in ratings whenever he can, right? So who knows? Maybe the third day is a weeknight in their opinion. I'm not sure, but going to be a fun night tomorrow. Hopefully you guys are ready. Saturday we do have the Rockets coming into town, so that'll be the first game here in Staples Center. That should be a lot of fun. That's going to be at 7:30 tomorrow. 7:30, obviously. But watch the game, guys. Make sure you guys tune in. We're going to need everybody's energy tomorrow. We don't want to have a Kike Hernandez situation here where Laker fans are going to start to get called out on their energy, right? Speaking of Kike Hernandez, though, the Dodgers, if you guys haven't been paying attention and you don't live in L.A., I guess, the Dodgers are in the process of playing Game 4 right now. They actually went 13 innings last night in a pretty thrilling game, and here they are back again the next day at an early game to top it off at 2 o'clock. So that was a little bit interesting as well. But if you haven't been really keeping track of the games, they've been pretty interesting, man. The Brewers have not let up at all against the Dodgers, man. They look really good. This is going to go down to the 7th game, I think, but the Brewers and the Dodgers, man, the one thing that I can tell you for sure that I have noticed about the Brewers is the fact that they don't give a flying about the Dodgers. They don't care that they're the Dodgers. They don't care about all the success that they've had recently. They don't care that they've got Manny Machado. They really don't care. They believe they can hit just as well. They believe they're just as good. And honestly, they're right there with them, man. I was pleasantly surprised. I hadn't seen them play consistently all year. But watching these last 3 games with the Brewers has been pretty interesting. There was a little incident last night, too, where Machado also, I guess, nicked, I forget his name, Aguilar from the Brewers, the first baseman. And Aguilar had was stretching for a throw and had his foot planted in the middle of the bag. So Machado, as he's coming up towards the bag, was going to be out, obviously, slows up and with his left foot, drags it on the floor and clips Aguilar's back of his, I don't know, you could say right between his calf and his ankle. Aguilar obviously took offense to it, and Machado said what he said about it. He's pretty much said, it happened, whatever happened. He's not saying too much about it. But that stuff happens, and that stuff happens all the time. I mean, I never played pro or whatever, but I did play baseball for quite a long time, and there's some times where these first basemen, they do that intentionally because they know that runners will let up as soon as they see that foot planted in the middle of the bag a lot of the times. Sometimes, to send a little bit of a message, just like you plunk a guy who's crowding the plate, sometimes you just have to kind of maybe give him a little clip in the back of the leg. Is it dirty? Maybe. But, I mean, who's to say that Aguilar's play isn't dirty as well, right? But anyway, straying off of the Laker topic, of course, to the Dodgers. But yeah, guys, let's make sure we're present. Let's stay present in what we got this season. Let's make sure we stick up for our team. Let's make sure that we don't buy into all the drama that it's going to follow us, because it is going to follow us. Going back to my last episode, I did speak on the fact that we needed to be patient. So remember, we need to be patient. We need to be present. Definitely. But yeah, it should be a fun season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you haven't had a chance to follow me yet, you can go to my website. I have all my social media tags on there. It's thebulletinboardmaterial.com, thebulletinboardmaterial.com. You can find my Twitter, my Instagram, all that on there. Anything I post up, pretty much you'll find on there. If you want to contact me or whatever the case is, you can also contact me through there. But yeah, thank you for listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoy this season. Let's go ahead and get ready for tomorrow's game, guys. It's going to be a fun one. This is Rey El Barbon signing out for the Bulletin Board Material Podcast. Yeet.
Got no ass. She got no ass.